Hey guys, we're back. I don't know how to do intros yet, so we'll get better at that. We're back with another D&D horror story. Myself, Jacob is here, as well as my wonderful partner Jade.
Hello.
Yeah, we're just gonna fire in. Our intro last time was excruciatingly long, so we're just gonna cut straight into it. But one thing, we're just gonna fire in a quick trigger warning and a content warning. We're gonna have a little bit of talk in this D&D horror story about non-consensual drugging. If that's something that makes you uncomfortable, give this one a miss and watch our next one.
You're
This one is given to, again, Reddit slash D&D Horror Stories, and it's by a user known as Katie Withak, or with AC, I'm not sure how it's said. Saying at the top there, content warning, non-consensual drugging, so they've already done it for us as well.
Thank you, Katie with AC.
It gives us a heads up of like the kind of person to like consider readers at least, which is great. Love that.
Yeah.
Starting with the first bit. Back in 2015, I was a 22-year-old woman straight out of college and had just had discovered the joy that is D&D thanks to Critical Role. Through a friend of a friend, I managed to find a group for my then boyfriend, his best friend, and myself to join. The DM was a man in his 40s who we didn't know well, but as I'm sure people know, it can be hard to find a DM. Ugh, preach. The first couple of sessions went fine, so we didn't think twice when he invited us to another one. He lived about an hour away from us, so we all got into the car together and drove to his place. There were two other PCs in addition to us three. Okay, well, ignoring the title, it's a strong start.
Yeah, not much to say there.
Critical Role.
Oh, me too.
No, yeah, like that sounds like the most kind of typical like way to meet people, especially like online and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. That's how a lot of people are doing it nowadays.
Yeah.
You either find that group of friends when you're young, or you like meet people through like your local game shop or an online space or whatever. Those are always the best things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Critical Role, for being, I don't know, the injection of caffeine and like fandom that D&D needed in the 2010s.
Yeah, I was gonna say it brought it to the mainstream, but even then, I don't think it was really mainstream at that point.
Yeah, like I'd say maybe we could call it mainstream by the time like campaign two slash. I mean, how many fans poured into Critical Role when like COVID hit and everyone had the free time to watch so many hours of it and catch up.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the big intimidating thing now is I know there's tons of episodes I've not caught up with, but finding that in like a normal schedule is so tough to like pour hours and hours and hours into like a big story. Thank you, Abridged, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be looking in that.
Yeah.
Back in 2015, that's such an early time to find Critical Role. So they were an OG.
Yeah. That's like C1.
Maybe even the bad days of C1, who knows?
Uh, moving on.
Within the game, our characters meet with an official who offers us refreshments during the meeting. The refreshments are cupcakes, and at this point, the DM goes into his kitchen and brings out cupcakes he made for the session. Oh, wow. I thought it was super sweet. We start eating the cupcakes as we play, and the DM tells us to make saving throws. It turns out the cupcakes in game are drugged and are intended to knock our characters out. The official is secretly evil and trying to set us up. So far, so good. Ooh.
Wait. Oh no, I thought this was like I like the characters. Oh shit, there's like weed in those or something.
So I'm now starting to seriously think that I thought we were maybe going to get some like weird non-consensual drugging, like okay, this maybe that group's not comfortable with that in this character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
in
in game.
game.
No, we may be dealing with an individual who needs to go to prison.
No, that's edibles. Oh shit. Oh shit. And a full fucking cupcake. A full cupcake edible.
Yeah, that's going to have an effect.
That's illegal. I don't mean drug use, obviously. I mean, but like, huh? Nah, I'd be on 999 or like 911. I don't know where this takes place.
Listen, depending on where you're from, what's legal there or whatever, and what everyone agrees to doing, this sounds like a cool idea. But if it's a thing where people are showing up, especially strangers, to a first session who don't know you, and you're making cupcakes that are laced with something,
No, that's crazy.
that's a big
That's
problem.
insane. Okay, this is like a whole other. I don't. This is okay.
Okay, let's read on. Then the DM drops the fact that the cupcakes we are actually eating in real life are also drugged. We immediately ask what the hell he means, and he says these cupcakes are edibles. I don't do any drugs, so I'm pretty upset to learn this. In addition, we drove here, which means we need to drive home. We point this out to him, and he says the dose is low, so it's no big deal. At this point, we should have left, but we stayed to finish playing the session because we were young and struggled to assert ourselves. I'm not speaking from experience here. I'm speaking from an experience of friends told me about. Even when you make something like a low dosage, if it's an individual's first ever experience with that kind of thing, you have no idea how that's going to pan out. That it affects everyone differently.
I can speak from experience. Okay, let me put it this way. Even if you are a seasoned veteran in partaking in recreational activities, it does not matter how low the dose is. Edibles are like a whole other fucking ballpark. Like, it's not like smoking half a joint and it's like, edibles, when I fucking tell you, they are not, oh my, I can't even articulate the thoughts I'm having right now.
Yeah, like that this is the difference is initial experiences with certain substances, how these things are taken as well is a big factor on how it's going to react with you.
And also, like, the strain, you don't know the strain that's in that. Certain strains will react differently to different people.
Absolutely. I mean, also added thing, this guy's like, oh, hey, by the way, yeah, I laced these cupcakes with edibles. Like, yippee, we're having a fun time, aren't we, guys? And it's like, okay, but I'm a stranger. I don't know you for a start. And also, I don't know where you got that from. I don't know if where you got that from is safe. Nah, that's not okay.
Yeah, like, can I be so real? I would genuinely think he was about to murder us or something.
Yeah,
Because what actual, yeah, what psychopath is like, I have met these people, we're gonna play a game, let me drug them. Let me alter their state of mind.
yeah, I mean, that's also a thing is like being around a stranger where you've taken a substance like that. Even let's just say like, they came in and instead he like made alcoholic drinks like cocktails or something. Ignoring the consent, all that kind of issue, let's say they consented to this. Even still being like inebriated or like under the influence when you're with a stranger and listen, people of different ages can be lovely and not lovely and all that, but when you're a group of young individuals and you've gone to a person who's nearly double your age's house and they're like getting you intoxicated. Ugh.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
Yeah, let's go. My boyfriend and his friend are playing dwarves, so they had advantage on saves against poisons. Well, you as a human being don't have advantage on that, so let's see how that goes for you. I happen to roll a natural 20 as a result. The drugs didn't work on our characters. Great. This clearly frustrates the DM, who tells us there's no way out of the room and we're going to be restrained no matter what. He doesn't let us play it out, just tells us we're knocked out, because clearly that's what he had planned. We wake up on a ship. We're confused because we had a pretty clear story going before this, and it becomes clear that the DM scrapped the entirety of that story and is trying to completely shift gears to a pirate adventure. My boyfriend's friend is pissed about this entire situation, so he starts talking back in game to the pirate captain. She whips him every time he talks back and immediately does 1 hit point of damage. No EC check, no chance for him to fight back. He doesn't let this discourage him and continues to insult her. The DM is frustrated and is like, seriously, man, stop talking back to her, or she's gonna kill you. And my boyfriend's friend says, okay then, I die.
Fair.
I mean, respect for the rebellion.
Fucking fair, honestly. Okay, can I just say, awful DM. Like, drugs aside, terrible way to DM. Just being like, you can't get out of this situation anyway because I have a story planned that I didn't tell you about, and I want it to go my way. So you're just, it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah, even talking like I always try and break it down to like some like the basics and stuff. So like breaking it down to so this guy wanted to knock his players out because he wanted to shift the campaign to something completely different. Like assuming it's a normal fantasy like romp or whatever, village to village, bounty to bounty or whatever. And then it's like pirate campaign time. Why did you not just go, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, I would really love to run a pirate campaign. Can we do that?" Question mark. It's like why do
Yeah.
you have to why is there so much happening at once? What is going on? I mean, I'm trying to keep so composed to like be reading it and stuff, but my brain's sitting going, if I was sitting there like a couple years ago or whatever, my first experiences of D&D and I go to someone else's house, I get drugged, I get misled on what the campaign even is. So like the part of me that's maybe trying to just have fun is like, oh well, now it's not what I was gonna do. Like, what about this is meant to be exciting for the people you've invited into your home? You know?
See if this ends and they didn't contact the police or something. I'm gonna. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Interpol.
I've not had the like, I guess, luxury or misfortune of trying to join many games like online and stuff. I've done it a handful of times, but I've never joined a game through like an online like LFG or something and then been invited to someone's place or like met people in person for that. So I've never experienced the like being a young individual who like wants to get into a new hobby and is just like, oh, is this how it's normal to do? Is just like to meet strangers. So I've never been in their shoes, but I can imagine like that would be so scary.
Yeah.
Credit to these people. I mean, I say credit to these people because like we're all sitting here going, damn, yeah, you should have phoned the police ASAP because you got drugged. But for the sake of like in their heads, they wanted to just, be agreeable and go along with everything. Credit to them for getting as far as they did because that, how?
I would have left. Like, being so for real, I am too confrontational. I cannot just sit there and play after that.
I was going to say, like, I know you, I know how confrontational you can be when there's an issue. Um, it's not even, I don't even think you would have just left. That DM would have had more than a piece of your mind about that whole dynamic and that whole situation. That is, yeah. At this point, the session understandably ends. I had only taken like one bite out of the cupcake, so I took the risk to drive home since we were an hour away from our homes. We communicated with the DM online that we did not appreciate the surprise drugging, and he gave a half-assed apology and tried to schedule another session. But we told him we weren't interested, and he proceeded to send my boyfriend an angry message telling us that we were all awful players and people. So that was fun. Wow.
What? What?
I was
Oh my god.
There was this glimmer of hope in me that maybe this individual would have turned around and gone, "Oh my God, yeah, I didn't think about that. I just thought this was a super cool, like immersive experience. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry."
Yeah, because you know what, fair enough. See if like you're used to doing that in your day to day, your friends are used to doing it, it's like pretty casual in your friend group. Fair enough, people can fuck up. But holy fucking shit. What the fuck?
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, this is a personal thing of like everyone's going to subjectively think differently about this because for some people, this will be like strike three already. For me, yeah, like I
Mm-hmm.
have my own views about certain substances and stuff. So like, would I feel inherently like, oh my God, this person's evil? Maybe not. Um, but the fact that they did it, they did it with poor intentions because they were trying to change everything and all that, and then to like communicate to them and be like, oh, blah blah blah, that really sucked. Please don't do that ever without like permission or whatever. That's awful. And then for the guy to be like, meh, whatever, sorry. By the way, like I can meet you next Tuesday. Like what?
Okay, I feel like I can say this as someone who um partakes in gardening. Is it the most insane drug you can do ever? No. Is it still a substance nonetheless? Yes. I don't think the extremity of the substance itself like devalues any of this.
No.
I think no, I genuinely think he's evil because what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, upon hearing it, I'm leaning more your direction now. It's just to my detriment,
Yeah.
I will always try and play devil's advocate because we're trying to do a video here where we're trying to make sure we're telling everyone's story. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
this guy's not okay. He's clearly not just bad as a person, but also more importantly to the video, bad as a DM.
Yeah, just a really shitty DM. Like what the I want to see what the comments say.
I'm currently reading comments, and it's like the top one I'm seeing is a guy being like,
Oh,
"Oh,
apparently,
I
yeah,
read the title. Oh, they mean like he drugged their characters. That's weird and like pretty shitty depending on how it plays out." And then underneath it's like, "Oh, I read the post. That DM should be in prison."
yeah. Okay, I'm glad like other people went into this thinking the same thing. I thought I was being stupid.
Also, people coming in and advocating, being like, "This is your first game. I am so sorry. This was your experience of D&D." From the bottom of mine and Jade's hearts, people who love D&D, love this hobby an unimaginable extent. This is not what D&D is meant to be like. D&D, when it's done right, is never. eh, This is the disparity between a lot of players as well. Is like D&D should make you uncomfortable sometimes when it's like you're playing in a story and a villain does something really bad and it's like, whoa, that's horrible. We need to stop that guy. Or maybe it makes you uncomfortable when you and a character, your character's like romantically interested in, maybe have a bit of tension and have a disagreement. That's fun discomfort. The same discomfort you get from films or TV when that kind of stuff happens. This kind of discomfort, if you see this kind of discomfort in your game, something like non consensually being drugged, leave, run, find better players, find better DMs because they are out there. Sometimes you can't weed out the good and the bad ones just on messaging, and that's the scary bit sometimes.
Not only is it just, I mean, morally, don't fucking drug someone, but also, someone knew someone that had an actual psychological break because they smoked weed, but they had a dormant mental illness they didn't know about, and
Oh,
it gave them a breakdown, basically.
that is, I mean, that is the extra factor. That's the same as like if you know nothing about these people, you should have the forward thinking to not bake a pie that has peanuts in it because what if someone has a peanut allergy? So yeah, like you don't know who these people are or their history with drugs or their like perceptions on drugs. So why the fuck are you baking cupcakes with drugs in them? What's wrong with you?
I'm glad, like, everyone else has been like, I would have called the cops because what the fuck?
I mean, yeah,
What the fuck?
we all are sitting there thinking like most people would stand up in the moment or like start a shouting match or whatever. Also, one thing to note that we've not mentioned, there are two other players there that he mentions. Sorry, that Op mentions, saying like that aren't the three people who joined the game. So we don't know if these two people know this
Mm-hmm.
DM, have been friends with this DM a long time, or like to what extent do they know that this is happening too? Like that's something I'm curious about is like if there are additional people in this
Yeah.
equation that maybe knew what was going on or didn't know, but uh,
I have nothing to add. Like,
this is
yeah.
yeah, this is one of those ones where
There's no like trying to see both sides. There's no trying to like advocate for the DM. No.
dude was wrong,
Mm-mm.
more than wrong. Dude was bad.
I mean, is that us? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else I can bring to that. Just I guess that these are those kind of videos where someone just does something bad and it's just like, yeah, that was bad. You fucked up. You're wrong. You should suffer consequences for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like don't do drugs, but just don't drug other people.
Yeah,
Like, is that really so hard? Is that so hard to do? Just don't.
don't do that. Unless everyone really likes it. Unless everyone's into it and is like wants that to happen and agrees to that. Sure, do whatever you want in the privacy of your own like home and whatever's legal wherever you're from. Ah, wow. I guess we probably should just do an outro then. That was much shorter than the last one.
Yeah, thank God. Oh my God, it was like 40 minutes I had to edit last time.
Editing Jade will thank us for this. Hi, Editing Jade. Everyone wave to Editing Jade.
Me right now is thanking me. Hi, future me, or me tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, that's that. If the person who did that is watching this or has read that D&D horror story, I hope you. I just at the very least, I hope you're not doing that again.
I hope they're in jail. They probably are.
Yeah, that might. I mean, I feel like if they were, the op would have like said, "Oh yeah, we reported this or whatever." So that makes
No,
me a
they
bit
said
worried.
they didn't know. That was like 10 years ago, so they don't know what happened to the guy. But he probably done it to another group and got put to jail then, I'm hoping. Or done something else, because clearly there's no moral thinking happening there.
Do you know what? Yeah, how many times is like a big tip of D&D where it's like if you're a DM and you have a really good idea, but it gets maybe wasted or it gets missed or it doesn't work one time and you get to do it in a new group or whatever, recycle them, try them again. So what's to say this guy didn't recycle this idea and try it on a different group?
And we're going to leave it there.
We're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Go and check out Jade's channel where she covers awesome things and not so awesome things and controversies. But it's really good. Yeah, if you have your own D&D horror stories, please drop them down in the comments and tell us all about them so that maybe we can make a video. That's my big goal, is one day to make a video of a D&D horror story that has been commented on
We
us.
could do like a Google survey thing, questionnaire,
Yes,
so that people can leave stuff.
we'll
if they
consider
want.
doing that.
So it's not public. It's anonymous.
Yes.
So if we do, it'll be in the description or something.
Bye. We're going to go eat things
I'm
now.
so hungry.
Not pizza this time, though.
Aw.
Yeah, long outro. Bye.
Bye.